Hi friends, Robin here from Cheese from Scratch, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a very simple cheese called hand cheese. So hand cheese is a super simple cheese to make, and it's also kind of a crowd favorite. All three of my kids love this cheese so much. My husband loves this cheese. If I take this to a family get-together or gathering, it's always kind of the first thing to go. So it's definitely a crowd favorite, and it's so simple to make. Hand cheese actually builds off of the quark recipe. So you can find my quark recipe in my Christmas cheese board ebook. You could also just Google a quark recipe if you don't want all the other recipes that I have in the Christmas ebook, but I do have a lot of other fun recipes in there. For example, I have a brie recipe and a Gouda recipe and a Colby and all sorts of other ones. So if you want to check that out, I will link that down below. But anyways, this cheese starts with a quark. So I made 4 gallons of quark on Saturday, and so I'm just getting around to dealing with it now. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I just salt my quark kind of to taste. Usually it's about a teaspoon per pound though that I am adding in. And then I am going to start to shape these hand cheeses. So hand cheese is named by me because it's actually a cheese that I shape with my hands. Now there is a ton of variations of this cheese that you're going to find around the world in different cultures, but this one was just created in my own kitchen, and I named it that because it's just shaped like little meatballs. So usually I make my hand cheeses a little bit bigger than this, but I was actually going to make them for my kids' lunches. So I made them tiny because, as my daughter says, she likes it when all of the pieces of the cheese have the spices on it. So I made them a little bit tinier so that I could make a few different varieties for them. Now, hand cheese can be eaten fresh. So for example, I'm going to put this in my kids' lunches and they're going to eat it tomorrow, but it's actually better if you age it a little bit. So if you let it sit in the fridge for about 2 weeks, oh my goodness, it just develops the best flavor. It's so delicious. So I really recommend doing that. But all you're going to do when you make hand cheese is you're just going to take your quark and you're going to shape it into little patties, whether they're bigger or smaller, that's up to you. But usually I go about hamburger patty size is what I do. And then you're going to choose some spices to use with your hand cheese. So some of our favorite variations of spices is ground peppercorn mixed with Italian seasoning. That one is really delicious, especially if you grind those peppercorns up right before you add it in. But I didn't have any fresh ground peppercorn, so I had to use just regular old black pepper, but it will be okay. Other favorites are paprika and garlic. Cumin is really good. Everything bagel seasoning, that's also one of our new favorites. Actually, we haven't done that one for as long, but it is super yummy. So those are just some of the spice variations, but you're going to make that quark into little patties, and then you're just going to roll these patties into spices, and make sure that you completely cover these little patties with those spices, and then you're going to put them into a container with a lid on top, or another way that you can do it is you can just wrap them in plastic wrap, but they have to have that lid on top, or they have to be wrapped to make sure that they are going to have their humidity good enough in there that they're not going to dry out. Then all you're going to do is you're going to put them in your regular refrigerator, and you're going to leave them there for 1 to 2 weeks, and they're just going to develop a really delicious flavor. They're going to get more creamy inside. It's like the best cheese ball you have ever eaten in your entire life. Now, I am going to send these ones fresh in my kids' lunches because I needed to make them lunch today, and they don't mind them fresh, but they kind of taste like cream cheese with spices on them when you don't let them age. But when you let them age, oh my goodness, they're just so delicious, and definitely something that you could gift away for Christmas if you are looking for some easy homemade cheese gift ideas or anything like that. Thank you guys for checking out this super short video today. It was a very tiny video, but tiny video and tiny cheese. Anyways, tune back in next Monday. I post a new video every Monday on all things cheese making and dairy processing and milk cows, and I would love to have you subscribe along. So we'll catch you guys next week. Bye!